Hello, everyone. Thanks you for joining this presentation. I'll give you an overview of GMINing Ventures and our Tocantinzinho project in Brazil. GMINing Ventures is essentially a new company. We created it 2 years ago. We've assembled a great team through that process, and we continue to add to the team now that we're entering into the construction phase for our project. We also have a strong board. We saw recently adding Karim Nasser from La Mancha to our board subsequent to the financing we just completed. I'd say one of the key advantages we have is our relationship with GMINing Services, which is a mining engineering and construction management company founded by the Gignac family. So we're obviously relying on the technical strength and construction capability of that team that's executed on 3 major projects over the last 15 years, all of which are 400,000 ounce plus producers in Essakane, for IM Gold, the Marion Mine for Newmont, and the last one being Fruta del Norte for Lundin Gold. So we created the company 2 years ago. We went looking for projects. We acquired Tocantinzinho from Eldorado essentially 1 year ago. When we acquired it, we updated the feasibility study on it, incorporating some optimizations, and also refreshing the CapEx that we're going to be delivering on. So that study was published in February of this year, and that was the document that we used to go and secure our financing for the project. So GMINing Ventures at this stage is, in our view, a good company for any gold portfolio. We have all the right ingredients for success, starting with a good asset, a team that's executed before on a project, many projects similar to this one, very strong strategic shareholders in La Mancha, Franco-Nevada, and Eldorado. And as of July, we're fully financed to execute on this construction as well. Tocantinzinho is really a simple operation. It's a single open pit feeding a conventional process plant at 12,600 tons per day. We have a grade of 1.3 for an open pit with a low strip ratio of 3.4 life of mine. We've updated all the CapEx numbers that really reflect the current environment that we're in. So we have a 458 million CapEx to execute on the initial construction. We were really attracted to this project for many reasons. It's located in the state of Pará in Brazil, which is a very friendly jurisdiction from a mining point of view, has lots of attractions from a fiscal point of view with a 10-year corporate income tax reduction, modest royalty of 1.5%. This is a project that had a lot of permitting done over the years by Eldorado, so we didn't inherit a project that had a lot of good technical work and good permitting work on it. So currently we don't have any artisanal miners on our property. We don't have any indigenous communities around our project. All features that are allowing us to proceed quite quickly on this project. I would say, looking at other projects we've done, it has a lot of similarities. It's remote, tropical environment, high rainfall, things that we're used to on some of the projects we've done in the past. So the financing package we completed in July was announced this very recently. Consists of just over 350 million from Franco-Nevada, consisting of a gold stream, debt, and equity piece from them. We attracted La Mancha to come in for 25% of the company. So they signed a $69 million check for us. And Eldorado, as part of the acquisition, had investor rights and wanted to essentially maintain their stake in the company going forward. And to finalize, we do have a $40 million financing facility with CAT for the purchase of the mining equipment. So when you look at our shareholder registry, it's very concentrated. We have about 85% of our equity held within 10 groups. At this stage, we're fully funded. The cash on hand of $145 million reflects the equity financings we've done. resulting in an enterprise value of just $130 million at this stage. So definitely, for the value of this asset, a good entry point for any investor. Obviously, development companies are in the, I would say, the penalty box when you look at their valuations on a PNAV basis. So really our thesis at this point is delivering on this project, getting it running, and transitioning to the producer space where PNAV multiples are typically much better. That's just historically, that's always been the case. Moves around, but typically that's what we've seen when Lundin Gold commissioned their project, similar to other developers. So at this stage, there's not many good projects that aren't within the hands of majors, that are of meaningful scale, that are financed, that have permits. So there's essentially ourselves, Sabina, Artemis, and I guess we could be adding Marathon Gold as well. So in a very short period of time, over 2 years, we created the company, acquired a project, got it financed. We made an official construction decision on Monday. We have all the permits we required to initiate construction. So we're quickly checking the boxes and progressing on our milestones. Upcoming, we do have some drilling that we've done on the property, and we'll be continuing to do some drilling. This is a land package that hasn't seen a lot of drilling over the years, only 82,000 meters on the full land package. So definitely lots of upside from a geological point of view. So far, we've executed a lot of work in the field, preparing for construction. We've expanded our exploration camp, we've upgraded the access road, and we've made lots of procurement on the project already. We've committed $136 million on the project already at this stage, buying all the mining equipment, most of the process plant equipment, and various other infrastructure packages. And so far, of the 136 committed to the project, that's tracking very well to our feasibility study CapEx budget. So we have essentially 2 years of construction in front of us. We're targeting commercial production in the second half of 2024. And so far, we've already received delivery of the first mining shovel for trucks. We'll be doing pre-production activities during that period, mostly to expose ore for the process plant. A lot of the waste we use for tailings dam construction generate a lot of synergies between the open pit and our earthworks activities to build the site. So I'll go into some of the details of the feasibility study. For the first 5 years, we'll essentially be producing just under 200,000 ounces a year. Life of mine, we average 175,000 ounces. So a very meaningful scale of production. This would rank as essentially Brazil's third largest primary gold mine. And like I was saying, strip ratio is very reasonable at 3.4 to 1 for the grade that we have of 1.3. So we generate a very strong valuation. We did our economics at $1,600 gold, generating a $622 million NPV and 24% rate of return. The ore body itself is a granite intrusion. It's about 150 to 200 meters wide, very homogeneous, but does have some higher grade core to it. So something that's very predictable and homogeneous, very simple to mine. We'll be mining 10-meter benches, bulk mining approach. Currently, the resource is limited. It essentially all converts to reserves, given the limited amount of drilling we have on the property and on the deposit itself. So this gives you a view of our production profile for a 10.5-year mine life, and with the ability to keep adding, obviously. When you look at the stream deal that we structured, came out to a very low cost of capital. Obviously, we believe that Franco sees the upside in this property. to generate higher returns with their stream that they provided to us. So in terms of our all-in sustaining cost, we'll be connecting to the grid, so we'll have access to cheap power, and this is a simple process with an owner mining approach as well. So we definitely see ourselves being on the lower quartile of the cost curve, given all these features of this operation. So I'll wrap it up here. Obviously, we're happy to take individual presentations and provide additional information on the project and the company.
Okay, thanks. We have a couple minutes for a question or two. So any questions for Louis-Pierre? Oh, Mike?
Obviously, Brazil's been a place that's had some issues with tailings in the last few years. Are you guys doing conventional, or are you forced to do dry stack tailing?
Yeah, we're going to be doing a conventional tails. We have a downstream construction method. Typically in Brazil, you have to do dam break studies to show that there's nobody that can be impacted by a potential dam failure. So we've done those exercises, and given our remote location, there's no one that can be impacted. So we're able to stick to a conventional tails deposition
Great,
method.
thanks.
Okay, time for one more question. Going once, going twice, sold. All right, thank you, Louis.